I've already tried to film this video once, but a certain canine had interrupted me and I had to stop. So I want to preface the rest of this video by saying, if you hear any scratching, licking, snoring, anything like that, it is because I have my dog with me. He's over there and he is here to stay because, you know, I love him, I guess. He is really cute though. Maybe he will make an appearance at some point in this video. That unfortunately is not why we are here today. The reason why we are here today is because I'm going to tell you all the reasons why you should get a Kindle e-reader. This is mine. Also, this is the book that I'm currently reading on it, The Serpents and the Wings of Night by Cursa Broadbent. This is what the back looks like. I decorated it with book-related stickers. I'm not sure which one I like the most. Of course, I love the quote. All this reality is really cutting into my reading time. This is basically how I felt during the school year when I had all the schoolwork to do. That was my reality and it was cutting in to my precious reading time. But I also love, you know, the cat sleeping on top of the stack of books. That's just the life I aspire to have, I guess. But without further ado, before I get into all the reasons why you should get a Kindle, I did want to talk about how I ended up with a Kindle just briefly. I was about to move into an apartment with Brock a little over a year ago, and for some reason, I just decided to get one. I know that was really anticlimactic. My intention, like most people, I didn't want to buy more books, especially as I was moving into a much smaller space. And Brock and I were sort of putting our lives together in this small bachelor's apartment, which if you've ever tried to move in with somebody, a roommate, like a friend, whoever, or in this case, your significant other, it can be just a teensy bit difficult when you've both lived in separate places before and you have your own things. And I just wanted to make sure that I was doing my part in not buying more books by getting this. Now, did I actually stick to that? Did I never buy a single book ever again? Of course, that was not the case. I totally bought more books. In fact, I will be completely honest with you, there was a point in time where I just did not touch this thing. And I can't even really tell you why. I also was in a massive reading slump last year for reasons I won't get into in this video. And I barely read a single thing. I maybe read like 4 or maybe 6 books last year. I don't even know if I finished all of them. So all of this is to say that recently I have been getting into reading on my Kindle more. Like I just showed you, this is the book that I'm reading now, and fantasy is probably my favorite genre to read on my Kindle. That's mostly what I read here. I don't know why. I've tried to read romance on my Kindle before and it just didn't hit the same. No clue why. But without further ado, now I'm gonna get into the reasons why you should get one of these. And I think as of right now, I have like 6 reasons to give you, but I'm sure maybe we'll see. I'll try and come up with more along the way. Reason number 1, it's easy to carry around. As you can see, as I'm holding it, I can hold it comfortably with just one hand, and it's not like I have very big hands either. So if you're someone like me who has that issue, that's not really an issue, it's still easy to hold with just one hand. And of course, if you add a pop socket to the case, don't put it on the actual Kindle. Make sure you get a case. It's even easier to hold. Like, look, I don't even have to actually like grab onto anything. I just put the pop socket here and I can just hold it like this. And I can even wave. Reason number 2 is Kindle Unlimited. And the way I wrote it down on the list, I don't know if you can see, I wrote Kindle Unlimited, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. And the reason why I just wrote it like that is because Kindle Unlimited is vastly underrated in terms of how much content you can get from it. In my case, you pay about $11-12 Canadian, and that's including taxes. And you get the entire Kindle Unlimited library, and you can get it on your Kindle, obviously. And if you do get Kindle Unlimited, you don't necessarily need to have a Kindle. You just need to have a device that you can download the app on. So your phone, your iPad can also be used. Obviously, reading an ebook on a screen like this is not really going to do much for you. And this is what I meant when I said I'd come up with reasons along the way, because I didn't write this down. But as you can see, the screen is dim and you can adjust the brightness So even if you don't necessarily want it to be like this, you can still, you know, turn the brightness up and probably see a little bit better. It's also good for when you're reading at nighttime. You don't have to have this, you know, bright ass screen in your face. I mean, you can turn the brightness down on your phone still. That's pretty bright. And I personally just like the way that the screen looks. There's nothing else going on. You can't get distracted. Like, you can't exit out of the Kindle app and, you know, go look at TikTok or any other social media for that matter. It's just the book and nothing else. The only other thing you can do with this Kindle is look at other books, and that's about it. And one of the ways you can control the brightness, it's just this little toggle here. You can bring it all the way down, and as you can see, it gets pretty dim. You can also adjust the warmth. So the higher you go with the warmth, the more orange the screen gets, and that also works if you're trying to read at night. It makes the light less harsh. And also, I'd imagine this doesn't have any blue light in it, or if it does, it's like very minimal compared to the phone. The next reason is you can decorate it any way that you want. So as you can see here, I have a clear case. It also is a little glittery, and I have these stickers that I got from a pack off of Amazon. Everything that I'm holding right now is actually from Amazon, because if you don't know, Kindle in of itself is an Amazon product, respectively with Kindle Unlimited. And on top of the case, the stickers, I also got the pop socket off of Amazon as well. And as I explained earlier, it's great. It makes it easier to hold. It's been a game changer. And me redecorating my Kindle is what got me in the mood to read again, or at least to read again on this Kindle, because I don't know, it's just something about the stickers and the pop socket and the glittery case. I love it. And if you need another reason why this is so great, you order the stickers, you know, in a sticker pack, and you just end up with more stickers. It's great. Point being, it's aesthetic. On to the next reason is the battery lasts so long. I swear, I can't remember the exact number, but it has lasted me over a month. Like, the last time I charged this e-reader is probably, I want to say a few weeks ago, probably almost a month ago. And it's still at, I don't know if you can see there, it is still at 87%. And if I do say so myself, that's pretty good. So you don't have to worry about charging it as much as you would with your iPad or your phone. Obviously, the more you use it, the faster the battery is going to drain. But even if you use it every day, I still feel like you could go probably a good like 2 weeks without charging it. But I have yet to see if that's true, because I also do honestly like to alternate between my e-reader and physical books. Sometimes if it so behooves me, I will get the same book in both ebook and a physical format, because it's just easy to go back and forth. Sometimes I'm in the mood for one and not the other. And in the past, it's allowed me to finish a book a lot more quickly because I have multiple formats, and switching it up sometimes just helps my brain like not get bored, if that makes sense. Next reason. I know one reservation that people kind of have about getting a Kindle is that it doesn't necessarily feel the same as physical copies in general, because some people just love the idea of picking up a physical book, and whether it be the smell, the look, both, it's just nothing can really beat picking up a physical copy for people who prefer that. And I honestly agree with them. Nothing will ever beat the feeling of picking up a book for the first time and opening it, cracking the spine if you're into that. But on the contrary, even on the Kindle, I still feel like, you know, picking it up, choosing which book you want to read that day can still be fun, especially, like I said earlier, if you decorate it. If you're laying down and you're holding the book above you, it's a lot easier to do that with this than it is with the physical book. Also, you can still highlight and annotate certain quotes, which I feel like is a huge thing these days. I see it all over TikTok, people color coordinating the sticky tabs they use to mark pages and quotes and things like that. And listen, I am completely guilty of that too. I have done it. I have a whole pack of, you know, sticky tabs and things like that I have been using with my physical books. And the downside to annotating on the Kindle is it's not a colored screen, right? Obviously. So when you highlight something, you can't choose a color for it. It's just like gray or whatever. One of the last things that I wrote down on my list is the fact that with the Kindle, you can see how much time you have left in the chapter. So in this chapter, I have about 6 minutes left. And then it also says what percentage you are in terms of your placement in the book. So I'm about 21% of the way through this current novel. You can also switch it up if you tap on the text at the bottom here. It also just tells you how much time you have left in the book as a whole. So I have about 11 hours and 40 minutes left, so basically 12 hours. I think if you read faster, it'll give you a different time, because I think the Kindle can detect how long you're taking to finish chapters, and it detects like your reading speed. So that's how I think it's able to do that. And then it also tells you, like, you can tap it again and it'll tell you the page number. And like, I don't think that's really beneficial in terms of like knowing your progress, because it doesn't say like, you know, you're on page 118 out of however many pages. And I'm not sure how Kindle pages add up to the real thing, so I don't know how accurate it is in that sense. If you know, please let me know in the comments down below, or let me know like other features that you find cool about owning a Kindle, or if you're someone who is like totally against e-readers, also let me know in the comments down below. So despite recently buying almost $200 worth of books Canadian, I don't plan on getting any more physical books for at least the next 2 weeks, because I am moving in 2 weeks and I don't want to go through the trouble of packing even more books. I also have books at my parents' place. They're also moving. Already it's going to be such a big pain that I don't even want to comprehend that right now. I haven't started packing. So this is where the Kindle comes into play. If I do want to get a new book in the next 2 weeks, I have to get it in an e-book format. And then if I decide that I want to read it in a physical copy, I can wait until after I move, in an effort to not put myself through any more stress, or Brock for that matter, because he also has to help me pack these books. Also, probably gonna have an apartment tour at some point, so be on the lookout for that. Without further ado, I'm gonna end this video now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I convinced you to get a Kindle. If I didn't, oh well, I tried. Make sure to like, subscribe, and make sure to click the little bell next to the subscribe button in order to be notified anytime that I post. Hope you have a great day and or night whenever you are watching this, and I will see you guys hopefully next week in the next video. Bye! Also, I told you he'd make an appearance. He's kind of snoozing right now, but look how cute he is.